Okay, got this all propped up on my drums and books and stuff so you can see outside the window to the nice, beautiful tree that's almost lost all its leaves, but beautiful sky out there right now. So I'm gonna do some recordings, and then while they're uploading, I'm gonna get outside and enjoy the little bit of it's warmed up a little bit now, so gonna go enjoy the day with my son, go play in the backyard and absorb some sunlight, get some vitamin D, you know, fresh air, all that. Hopefully they won't spray today. Like I said in my last video, there were some planes, 3 right after I posted my video about the blue sky. But God answered my prayers. I was crying out to God last night, like, and just casting out demons. I was crying. I was saying, y'all get off on this, huh? Devil, demons, y'all love this, huh? You love this kind of shit. You love it, don't you? You love it. Well, I feel sorry for you. But, you know, I was like, ah, crying while I was saying it. Had to call my daddy even, but I don't know if I just left a message. I don't know if he was even home, but he understands all the shit that's going on. He knows all about the dark side and how we're warriors for the light. He knows all about chemtrails. He does a lot of research. That I'm gonna have to add him as a like administrator on my channel so he can post some stuff, because he's very educated. I mean, he knows history. He studied theology. I mean, he knows his shit. He's a very intellectual person and very, very highly intelligent. Libra. One of my best friends, I have 2 best friends, she's Libra too. And then my other best friend, she's Pisces, so she has the clairs, if you know what I'm saying. So, my loyal Libras. I love that Libra energy because they're honest. That's what I like about them. We all fuck up and do fucked up shit. It's not about that. It's just about how they just keep it real, and I like that about that Libra energy. They're truthful. So Pisces isn't necessarily like that, but they have that empathic instinct, and so I vibe. Baby daddy's Pisces too. I always thought he was Aquarius, which was weird, or maybe he told me he was Aquarius, but he's at February 27th is actually his birthday, so he's really Pisces. But anyway, so and Pisces, that's that energy of like, that's like 2 peas in a pod kind of energy. Like when I'm with my best friend who's Pisces, it's just like we're the only 2 people in the world. It's, you know, that super strong, deep connection. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about, and then I'm going to do a couple videos, probably separate the shamanic journeys and talk about the one I had last night, the dream I had last night, and then the one I had about a week ago maybe, about the white Labrador white dog. And then I was watching a movie that reminded me to share that, because there's a white dog in it, just like the one I saw in my dream, a white Labrador retriever. So, water dog. So the oneness is it's not this thing that you talk about and just throw around this term like people do with love and light, or people use Jesus and throw it around like it ain't nothing. No, I mean, words have deep meaning. And these universal energies of oneness, it has a deep meaning, and it means something, and it looks like something. It's not something I take lightly, and just, it's not a word I even used until I had an idea of what it was, until I was embodying those energies. That's when the oneness started coming to me. So, you know, putting the cart before the horse, like people saying love and light or oneness and all this stuff, and and putting the cart before the horse, you know, you can have a cart all full, all kinds of beautiful, fresh produce and hand-woven rugs and beautiful merchandise, all this stuff, right? But you can't get it to the people. You can't do nothing with it because you don't have a horse to pull that cart to disperse that abundance, right? So it doesn't really do anybody any good, even yourself, okay? So let's stop putting the cart before the horse, okay? And let's talk about the oneness when we got it all lined up, when we're ready to go, when we're ready to take off on this journey called the oneness, okay? You got to embody that energy first and have that before you can go forth on the path of oneness. So, you know, the oneness is a universal thing that it is what it is. We can't mold it to fit if we even understand what it means. You see, the thing is you can't understand what it means until you're there, embodying that energy. Then you go forth on the path of oneness. So, you know, this is what I mean when people use terms that, oh, they sound all nice and good, but what does it actually mean? What does it actually look like? And the reason I get so passionate and angry when I'm talking about people who eat flesh and stuff like that, it's not that I'm judging the person, and, you know, all in divine timing, all when you're ready, you know, but start getting ready, start preparing yourself, start thinking about this stuff, start seeing these pictures in your mind. And under this video, I'll post a link about, you know, some animal slaughter movies and stuff, and it's gonna be graphic. Let me tell you what, it made me sick to my stomach, it made me cry. I had bad dreams. Oh, the crow just keeps visiting me today. I love it. I love it. I dreamt of you last night, honey boo boo. I love you. That's that ancient knowledge, bringing you that ancient energy. So the oneness, I look at all creation as if they're my brothers and sisters. So not just the environment, the trees, the plants, the water, all that, all animals, pets, animals, whether they're for slaughter, whatever, that's not their purpose, okay? All humanity. That's my son having fun in the background, if you can hear that, sorry. He's out there jumping on the couch, but yeah, I let him do that. He's tearing it all up, springs are breaking and everything. I'm like, whatever. I already have that, so why buy a trampoline? It's safer actually than a trampoline. But so, you know, this oneness is knowing you're the flow and knowing that everything is the flow. And you know, I'm not trying to seem outrageous or anything, but let me just give you a little example of whether you're truly with the oneness or not. Okay. So just imagine you're eating meat, okay? An animal had to be slaughtered, you know, they bang it in the head. You'll see if you have the balls, the guts to watch the stuff I'm going to post the links to below. You will see. And circuses and everything too. I don't even do pets because I just believe that everything is sovereign, okay? And I used to have pets, you know. I've eaten meat before. I've done all this stuff too. So I'm not coming from a place of self-righteousness. I'm coming from a place of experience, and this is how I know what I'm talking about. So, close your eyes and picture this, okay? You have a ham sandwich in front of you on a plate, or whatever kind of chicken, you know, chicken salad sandwich, whatever is your favorite kind of meat, ribs, a hamburger, whatever is your favorite, most succulent, juicy, yummy, tasty meat that you just crave. You want to go have a carnitas, you know, tacos or whatever. Okay. So you have that on a plate in front of you. On the left, and on the right there's your pet on a plate, okay, dead on a plate. It's all the same to me. That's the oneness. You're gonna tear off a arm or a leg off your little chihuahua, cute little baby little chihuahua, and eat that? You know, imagine someone takes your cat, your pet kitty cat, you love it so much, oh, you're gonna cry when it dies, okay? I still dream of my pets that I had. They're waiting for me in the spirit realm. Imagine someone takes that cat, your pet cat, and dunks it in a pot of boiling water right in front of your face. And you can't close your eyes. You watch this happen. And it's scratching and clawing and screaming like you never heard that sound come out of an animal before in your life. Now imagine what that feels like. The oneness does not contain any hypocrisy. The oneness does not contain any double standards. Oh, Black Crow, yes, I love you so much for protecting me today. That's why I ain't spraying today. Black Crow medicine up! So, there was another thing. No hypocrisy, no double standards. No turning a blind eye. No putting the cart before the horse. You know, just so maybe have a pet gerbil or hamster or bird. Imagine someone takes that bird, that hamster, puts it on the table in front of you, takes a hammer, a sledgehammer, and just cracks, splatters its head, and its brains go splattering all over the table, piece of bone fragments and everything, blood. Imagine someone, you got your little pet dog you love so much, you cuddle with, it's like a member of your family, right? They are. All creation is our brothers and sisters. All creation is our family. That sky is my family. That tree, every little twig, branch, leaf, root system, that's my family. Imagine your dog's in front of you. Someone takes a butcher knife and just starts hacking at it and severs it in half right in front of your face. And you gotta watch the twitching and squirming and scratching and clawing and listen to the screaming and see that look of fear in that animal's eyes. See, devils love that. The devil and these dumbass demons love that shit. But if you're of righteousness and you're of the light, you won't love that shit. You will be repulsed by it. Do you see where I'm going now with this? Just because we don't see it. There's Buddhists that are like, they're the fucking hypocrites too, and idolaters, and they say, oh, I can eat meat as long as I don't murder the animal. That's some hypocritical fucking shit. That's why I like the esoteric version of religions, because it's the truth. Because the truth is outside of religion. Religion is not the truth. Religion is the lie. The esoteric. Like people say Christians, but I say walk with Jesus because think of when Jesus, back in the day, there wasn't a thing called Christianity. He was the teacher, okay? He taught the way, the truth, and the life. He was the teacher. Okay, and whether you believe he was a real man or not, I don't know if there's proof, evidence of that. It's not about that. It's about the energy. It's about the truth, the way, and the life. So, when people say Christianity, it's like, but that's kind of what Jesus was against. He was just all about truth. He wasn't about a religion. Because then you start excluding people. You draw a line of divide. Okay? And some people believe this and some people believe that. Now you have opposition instead of oneness. That's what the true gospel is truth. Some people say they're Christians, but yet they're all about Jesus, but Jesus wasn't about Christianity. We just call it Christianity because Jesus Christ, Christianity. But back then it wasn't called Christianity, so I don't call it that either. And that's the religion, that's the lie, okay? Hypocrisy. That's why people go atheist, agnostic, like I was almost my whole life, because... And then you see all this horrible shit in the world, like animals being slaughtered, okay? Women, children, men, the pollutants in the environment. You're seeing what it's doing, how it's poisoning. You know, all the slaughter of animals. Just imagine if that was your pet, your brother, your sister, your child. Okay, I look at the slaughtering of animals. I see a ham sandwich, and I see a child that was kidnapped, raped, murdered. It's all the same. It's all demonic. So this is what, you know, and I'm not saying the meat, it smells good, it looks good, it tastes good, it smells good, right? But think past the 3D of what's right in front of you. Think about the whole process. When you put on your shirt in the morning, think about all the people that you know, the slave labor and all the people working in the fields, harvesting that cotton, working their fingers to the bone till they're bloody and numb, working for cents on the hour so that you can have a t-shirt to just throw on in the morning. Think about the process, okay? That's the oneness, the full circle, thinking about every step along the way. The raw goods to the semi-finished product to the finished product. Whole full circle from beginning to end and then back again. That's the oneness. When you just look at the surface, you're not understanding. Okay, it's just like waves. But what's going on underneath the surface is circles, circular motion, just like the air pattern, the weather patterns. It's circle. Everything's a circle. A cycle, a circle. Everything. The planets, everything is a circle. So, if we're just looking at the surface, you know, I would say that tree's dying, it's dead. No, but underneath the earth, it's storing all that energy for the spring when it bursts forth again and grows further and further and extends itself more and more into infinity from where it left off the year before. Full circle, up a level. Full circle, up a level. Full circle, up a level. This is awakening. This is enlightenment. This is the raising of our consciousness. So it's not about shaming someone because they still eat meat, or, you know, I mean, if you are on the path of righteousness and you are awakening and becoming enlightened and expanding your consciousness, you will come to these conclusions on your own through just a natural progression. Okay, but that's the key, is progression. We can't regress, which is go backwards. We can't digress, meaning divide, separate from the aggression. And we can't aggress, which I've been guilty of. Okay, I can get aggressive because I care about these animals. I get emotional. I get angry. It hurts my heart. Because I think of these animals as like if that was my own child, okay? Now we got to get outside ourselves in our little circle of like, oh, we just love our pets and our friends and our child, but all that other stuff's none of our business. No, yes it is. Because we're all a part of everything. We are the oneness. We are the flow. There is no separation. Okay, but duality is on the surface. It's all rooted in one, though. See, if we're of the world, we're trapped in this matrix of duality. Yes, we do have to engage in duality in a certain way, yes. Because we are in a flesh body. So we can't get away from it until we're just pure spirit and we shed our fleshly body. So we can't just talk oneness, okay, and use that word and throw it around like it doesn't have meaning. It has a deep undercover. I'm going deep undercover. I think that was Eddie Murphy or something from Beverly Hills Cop. I just remember. I'm going deep undercover. And that's part of my Scorpio nature too, because I only have 1 degree Sag rising. So a lot of that Scorpio energy I picked up, and I loved detective shit growing up, like Nancy Drew, Murder, She Wrote. The Bloodhound Gang was like, you know, everybody was watching cartoons and shit. I was watching the Bloodhound Gang. Scooby-Doo, that's another one, the mystery, you know, like, I loved figuring stuff out. and there was clues given along the way, and like if you have the eyes to see, you would know at the end who the culprit was and be like, I knew it was that motherfucker. I knew it was. They pull the mask off at the end on Scooby-Doo. I knew it was that motherfucker. I love that. God gave me the gift of the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And I do believe that we all have a special gift given by God. Now, and it may be different for different people, okay? Let me see how much time I got left on here. Okay, about 10 minutes. Just like people who are artists. I mean, there's people who can go to art school for years and years and years, and they learn some tricks and tips and this and that to make things look a certain way. But there are certain people who just were given the gift. They never had to take an art class. They were just given the gift of the eyes to see. People who could play music without studying music, they were given the gift of the ears to hear. And then other people were given more like tangible earthly gifts, that earth energy of like, I don't want to use professional athletes as an example, but I mean it is, they were given height and speed and agility, natural coordination. They make it look easy, because that's their gift. But everybody wants to be this or be that because they make it look easy because they were given that gift. And some have to work harder than others and practice more, this or that. But some people just born with it because that's their gift. The thing is that we need to discover what our gift is and not look to other people and say, I want that. I want to be that. I want to look like that. God made us all beautiful. God gave us all our own gifts. The key to unlocking self is knowing what your gift is. And then sharing that with the world. That's the oneness. Maybe you were given the gift of truth. Maybe you were given the gift of hard work. Black Crow just keeps, I love you, thank you. So, architecture, building, maybe, yeah, right? You were given the gift of strength so you can carry those heavy boulders to make beautiful structures, All the gifts are beautifully equal, okay? One doesn't supersede the other. Just like when God looks at us, He loves us all equally. Even if you're sinning, eating meat, watching porn, hurting people, He still loves us all. I say He. That's okay. That's what comes out. Don't judge it. I'm just trying to go with the flow. So sometimes He will just because my brain's programmed like that. Oh, Black Crow, thank you. Oh, got my prayer flags up right there. That's what's hanging in the window. The black and the white of duality, and then there's the gold flower of life on each one. And so that's the gold is the oneness. Black and white is the duality, but it's rooted in the one. That's the truth. That's the real truth. The oneness. So let's practice the oneness. Use the word when you're ready to go forth on the path of oneness. When you've come to that energy, come to realize what the oneness means, then go forth on that path of oneness and let it be your purpose. And when you use that word, share what it means. Share what it looks like. Like what I did with the visualizing your pet on a plate and a chicken salad sandwich on the other. That's the oneness, okay? Let's not separate ourselves and just look at the sir face, like a sir name. Fake. Because it's just the most superficial layer, the topmost layer. That's not the truth. The truth is the core. Okay? That's the oneness. And we are all the oneness. So let's practice the oneness, practice what we preach, and walk in the light of oneness. Be the oneness, embody the oneness, share the oneness, acknowledge the oneness. So I'm just sitting here breathing in that prana, that air. See, we can go a couple weeks without food, or some people that just do sun gazing, man, they say they don't eat, period, they even drink water, you know. I only know what's within my experience, but so I don't try to believe or disbelieve anything. Believe or disbelieve. But so yeah, a couple weeks without food, or a month, or whatever, how long, you know, a couple days without water, or a few more, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days without water, who knows. But how long can you go without air? Your breath, your prana. That is your life-giving force. That is your energy field, your breath. That exchange of air between you and the trees. It takes in all your carbon dioxide and loves it. Yeah, you give me your stuff and I give you mine. And it provides our oxygen that we breathe. And we give it back our carbon dioxide that they breathe. And they give us back more oxygen that we breathe. You see the exchange, the oneness? Let's be aware of the full circle oneness. When you throw that shirt on in the morning. When you have that cup of coffee in the morning. Think of all the people who had to pick them, those pods, and dry and roasting, and for every step from beginning to that first sip that you have in the morning. That's the abundance. Appreciating the oneness. Being consciously aware of the oneness. And the interesting thing about the breath, I got, 3 minutes left here. The breath is the only voluntary and involuntary. Okay, our blood pumps on its own. So there are certain things that are voluntary and certain things that are involuntary. Even blinking your eyes is voluntary, whether you're aware, consciously aware of how much you're blinking your eyes. You can hold them open forever. But the breath, when you go to sleep at night, God takes over and breathes for you. So the breath is the only thing that's voluntary and involuntary. Isn't it amazing how God set it up perfectly? And a lot of people don't want to believe in God because look at the horrible things that are down here on earth. But that wasn't part of the plan. That's the devil. And I was praying last night. Okay, I got 2 minutes. I was praying last night, God, whatever you got to do, if you got to wipe out every flesh-eating, blood-sucking creature on the planet, do it, and don't leave one egg behind. Take me, wash me away, burn me up, strike me down, whatever you got to do. I'll take one for the team. Let's do this. Let's go. Because the suffering needs to stop. So if you got to just wipe out every single flesh-eating, blood-sucking creature on the face of this earth, make sure you don't miss a one and don't leave any eggs behind. Snakes, lions, people, mosquitoes, ticks, take it all. If that's what we gotta do, wipe it clean, fresh slate, start anew, Holocene. Let's do it. I'm willing. I'm willing and I'm ready. Because this suffering needs to stop. So, blessings and love and peace be upon you all.